What's up, everyone? It's me, goblinmaxxer, and today I want to try something a bit different. Today we're going to be doing a long play where hopefully I get every single project done that I've been meaning to get done. Why is this in? Why is this up? You need to get out of your extra inventory. Okay, this is really annoying. This is pissing me off. Why is it up there? You see that, right? The extra little inventory. How do I get it? How do I... Okay, it's I. I. Okay. Well, at least it's I and not an actual hotkey that I use. But today, we're just gonna be going through and doing stuff. And by stuff, I mean literally everything that I started and haven't finished. Thankfully, mustard is no longer one of those things. But I mean, like, walls, getting good gear, finishing up, the cactus farm. Maybe, actually, I don't want to commit. You know what? Yeah, sure. Finishing up the cactus farm, building the big dam, adding all of this stuff, and it's only gonna end when I fall asleep at my keyboard. So let's get started. This is gonna have a bit more, droughts than typical because I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff and I can't just talk the whole time. Get out of here. Reference sign. You are no longer needed. You're going to get to put in the chest of... Well, it's not really a chest of shame, it's just, more so I don't really have a use for you right now. Where do froglights go? I think they go in mobs. Because they drop from magma creams. They drop from the creamiest magmas on the highest of cliffs. The port town of La Chanteau. I could get used to this. This is actually a much more lackadaisical sort of recording structure. I don't have to do a freaking and I don't have to worry about recording and stuff. I still won't curse though, because that's kind of messed up to do that. Newspaper, 2 editions of... Oh, dude, I gotta read bad jokes about fish. Of course I do. Let's see, 3 Heart of the Seas? Oh yeah, I fished all those up. That was crazy. Actually, wait, no, I fished 2 of these up. It was you. I am brimming with rage right now. But I gotta play it off funny. I gotta play it off funny. Yeah. Hilarious. Lamau XD. It's crazy how fish books is like an old school niche reference now. Let's frame these in glowing item frames. Let's frame these in glowing item frames. I've been working on my voice acting during my commute, my 1-hour commute to and from work, and it's awesome. Did I mention that I now have to commute to work? That's right. And it's so flipping cool. Oh, I should probably lock these. No! Cool. There we go. Now they can never be stolen by any bad actors. Unless someone breaks the block they're mounted on. I don't think they can do that. Surely not. I wonder if this actually gets cooked into big cooked salmon. Please tell me this is a thing which occurs. I ran out of coal again. Bro. It's not as important as giant cooked salmon. Giant cooked salmon. Giant cooked salmon. It's just a regular cooked salmon. I gotta complain about this in the Discord real quick. I'll be right back. Hold on, let me take a screenshot and post it. That infuriates me. I'm gonna ping the admins. Aptis at Dog D. Where is giant cooked salmon? Probably gonna get really mad at me for pinging them about it, but I lost a valuable property. I deserve compensation. Let's see here. I gotta. Oh, yeah, the cake. For sure, of course. I gotta get the plants. No, not you. Get back here. I need you. You are useful to me. I can milk you. I shouldn't go there. Where should I put the brewing stand? Don't I already have one? Yeah, I'll just stack it. Double stacked brewing stands. Isn't there a place buying netherite? And I could just put this in real quick. I think that would be pretty fun. Oh wait, yeah. There's the shop at spawn that literally buys netherite. Oh wait, no, it sells netherite. I could restock it with fake. Or no, these are completely real netherite ingots that you can definitely use to upgrade your diamond tools to netherite. And it's gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be so cool. I do kind of want to talk about yesterday. Not that anything serious happened. Well, I suppose it depends on your perspective. I smoked a cigarette for the first time yesterday, and I mean the worst part about it is that, well, I mean it's really bad, and you should never do it. But it wasn't like awful, which is the first bad part, and the second bad part is they aren't lying when they say that nicotine is like the most. Oh jeez. I don't think they say it's the most. I think they say it's super addictive. And it is true. Because even though I was like, wow, I felt horrible after that. And I did try running after that as well. After I tried it. It was like, imagine if you, imagine if you, it basically got me out of shape. I was like breathing super hard during the run, and I was like, wow, I don't want to do this again. This isn't worth it at all. This sucks. And then the entire day today, I was literally just fiending for a cigarette. And I think the only thing that stopped me from smoking again is the fact that, well, I mean, I literally can't smoke on the property I'm on right now. And if I could, I would be like halfway through the pack. I'll let this be a lesson to you. Never start smoking ever. And that's actually genuine. Like, I mean that genuinely. Otherwise, you will regret it. And it will suck really bad. I wonder if I could plant this on the ground. Awesome. It makes villager noises. What else could I want? I don't know, probably a romantic partner or something. But let's not get into specifics. What is this water orb? What do you do, water orb? Do you play music? Do you play music? Play your music for me. Play your funky music, water orb. Play your funky music, Red. Play your funky music, water orb. Play that funky music till you die. Put the fish hooks away. Like I said, I was gonna finish all my projects. I haven't even gotten started. Okay, let's focus up. Let's get serious here. I have 30 levels. I want to spend 30 levels. I also need XP. I need a lot of XP because I need to enchant. And I need a way to get men done. The only problem is all my lays died. So, but I also need to die. Because I got this thing on me. It's really not conducive to actually, you know, playing the game. Because as Curse of Binding, I can't use Elytra. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. Why did I agree to this? I think I've finally learned after all this time that Curse of Binding is actually just never worth it. And I think that's a good lesson to learn at this point in the game. Instead of later on, you know, when I can actually afford to die. AKA, this is the worst possible time for me to learn this. Awesome. Great. Fantastic. I got a comment on my last video that K.Funny was annoying and that I shouldn't have gotten a commemoration. I just want you to know this. You're on the wrong side of history, bud. Suppose that's pretty cool. Hopefully the other music doesn't just start playing in the middle of it. No, it is. Okay. Thank you for turning... I don't understand why the in-game music doesn't just stop playing when you play music. This doesn't make sense. It should always just stop and let you listen to what you're listening to. Actually, I'm gonna Google that. Why doesn't it do that? That makes me furious. Doggy is saying, if I would have killed a big salmon with fire aspect, I would have gotten a big cooked salmon. But now I just get a normal cooked salmon. SOL. Straight out of luck, man. That's brutal. That's actually brutal. It brings a tear to me eye. Okay, so what I want to do... I do need to put this stuff away. I wanted to do a bunch of stuff with dispensers. Because you can do some nutty stuff with wind charges, I figured out. Unfortunately, you need a lot of breeze rods to make any of that stuff happen. And I don't have that right now. So we need to get a few things, one of which is cobble. However, with our current gear, we can't really insta-mine. So it's not exactly worth it to go mining for cobble. However, I've been thinking... Actually, I haven't been thinking at all. This is just me trying to come up with stuff on the spot. If we go down and we just tank this, right? We just go mining down. Then I think we could, like, do something potentially. So here's the thing. There's, like, a big cave down there. Ooh, you know what would be really cool if I dug down? Ooh, but that might be on Croctopia property. Let me just verify that it's not real quick. I want to dig down into this big hole over here. Which hopefully I can just mark on some sort of map. Ooh, sweet. Okay, I think it's actually... Let's just, well, actually, we could just go straight down there. Let's not impale ourselves on a stalactite, though. Ooh, it's gonna be within my borders. Oh, wow. Let's see here. Where do I want it pointing down on? I'm thinking this little area right here, where we got the big... Actually, this big area, where we had the big stalactite. Oh, wait. This is pointing... Or no, this connects into a larger structure, so this doesn't even have open air access. Also, I just... A little side note, I love how stupid the mobs are in the stalactite caves. the little stalactites, they just screw up the pathfinding so much and they can't get to you whatsoever. It's awesome. Except, you know, if you're finding skeletons and you're having trouble getting to them, then that is a bit miserable. But aside from that, big fan. Ooh. Yeah, this is looking like a V point. So I'm just gonna zoom in, create waypoint, whole area, confirm. Try and see where the chunk. Ooh, this is like almost perfectly centered. Set temporary waypoint. Set temporary waypoint. I'm gonna say that 2 more times exactly. No, I'm missing. But I will actually do it 2 more times because I mean that's pretty important. Well, I mean not really. I could just, you know, follow the chunk border all the way up, but I guess I'm doing this. Hopefully the skeletons shoot me. That could be a pretty large problem. Lol. I think this is a pretty cool spot to just dig down. The best part is, it isn't even that far. And the best part is, actually, wait, no. This isn't a very good thing, is it? It isn't a water cave. That's actually not a good thing. It's actually a pretty bad thing. I mean, depending on how this all ends up turning out. Anyways, Sandalanch. Wait, where is this exactly in the world? Okay, so this is gonna cut off a little bit of my storage area. However, it should be fine, really. What we want is levels, baby. Levels all the way down. Sweet. Okay, if I do this, then I'm actually gonna suffocate. So let's not do that. What is this? Who are you? Okay, you're just quartz. I made you. And now I'm gonna take you out. Beautifully disgusting. It didn't even work. It didn't even work. Every time I tried you, you didn't work, and why is that? It's because you suck. Awesome. This is where we start mining, huh? Actually, hold on. Let me get back here. Mark this out clearly. Let me go to the other corners. Let me go to this corner, mark it out clearly. Let me go to this corner, mark it out clearly. Let me just do that for all the spots. Every single spot. Oh boy. Did I even finish the cigarette story? Yeah, I didn't. So you don't get to hear it anymore. Because I finished it, and therefore I don't have to tell you literally anything. Dang it. I hoped I could get it on the way up. Like, whoosh. But I didn't. So that's unfortunate. Oh yeah, I also experimented with my OBS audio. I figured out that instead of having to open up Voicemeeter every single time, I wanted to, wait, what? Oh, I guess a glue squid died while I was doing my stuff. Because I had used them for the frames, but I suppose I got 2 more now. Pretty cool. Also this song, I don't need this right now. Maybe once I have pigs, but not right now. So, I need a shovel. You need a shovel, yes. Do we have efficiency in any of this? No. Ooh. I can actually, hold on. Finally. I have absolutely no better gear at any of these chests. Wait, I swear I had shovels, though. I swear I had, like, really good shovel. Oh no, that was the pickaxes. Okay, oh well. I can finally craft some stuff here. Holy shamoly, wait. No. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta change my system brightness. This is a bit too much for me right now. I'm straining my eyes. There we go. Now I'm just gonna slash spawn because I'm lazy. Apparently there's a custom plugin on the server which makes it so that you can place items in between the bookshelves and the enchanting table, and it doesn't screw with anything too much. Okay, what do I need? I need efficiency and unbreaking. Ooh, that sucks. But thankfully I don't need the shovel for too long, and it only costs a diamond. So, well, I mean, I have purchased stuff from this shop before, so maybe they wouldn't mind if I took a little loan real quick. Other gear. Other gear. This one is efficiency 4. This one is efficiency 3 mending. Efficiency 3 unbreaking 3. Efficiency 4 unbreaking 3. Now I could get behind that. And I've bought from here before and no one's taking them, so I will take it. Certainly. No, it's not stealing, it's just called you know, if I get a drink with free refills and then I come in a week later and get my free refills, it's just like I could have gotten them in the what? It has fire aspect. Get out of here. Dude. That is so BS, man. There's complete bullhockey. They shouldn't be allowed to do that personally. I would remove that. If I was a developer at Mojang, I wouldn't add that to the game. And the game would be 100 times better because we'd have every single community suggestion submitted to r/Minecraft would be in the game. And the game would be 100 times better. Totally, definitely. No, it wouldn't suck. No, what are you talking about? It definitely wouldn't suck. It wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Oh, what? You are just full of tricks and silly things to say, and personally, I don't even know why you don't bother to open your mouth. It's ridiculous. Come on, man. Let me mind the sand. I'm the sand man. Let me mind the sand. Okay. So I'm mining the sand, right? Yeah. Holy shmoly, it gets dark with these shaders, man. Thankfully, my soul is brighter than the world. I don't even think that's humanly possible. Actually, the brightest source of light is many more lumens than the soul can possibly produce. Man, I'm gonna need you to shush the fluff up. Shush the fluff up, man. I'm gonna need you to shush the fluff up. Wayo. 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 Okay, I'm done. What? Wayo. Wow. Wait. Wow. 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 Oh, I broke the shovel. Am I still mining in the... Yes, I'm still mining in the chunk. Excellent. Perfect. Well, no, don't worry. This isn't a new project. Okay, I just kind of realized this looks like I'm starting a new project. It's not. I'm getting cobblestone so I can finish... Actually, I don't think there's any of my older projects that need cobblestone, but hear me out, okay? It'll work out. It'll work out eventually. So just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Chill out, dude. You're freaking out. Just take a chill pill. Just relax. It's fine. Perfectly fine. I know what I'm doing. I'm a trained, skilled professional. And I know what I'm doing, okay? I just need a little bit more time. Just gotta give me some time. Efficiency 3 does not instantly mine sandstone. How curious. As I was under the impression that Efficiency 3 could actually instant mine sandstone. And yet here it is not instant mining it. Is there any reason why this is particularly the case? Or we gotta get beacons. We gotta get beacons. We gotta get beacons. We gotta kill the Ender Dragon 100 times. We gotta do all that stuff. But from what I've seen, surely there are much easier ways nowadays to make wither skeleton farms. And they definitely 100% will not be broken by paper. It's just impossible. You can't possibly be broken by paper. Sorry, I had to do an audio check there. It'd suck if, you know, after all this time, he didn't have anything to show for it. You know, like, oh, I've just been recording without my mic. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that freaking swell? Isn't that amazing? Ooh, that's also what I want to talk about. I went to the thrift shop today. Normally, I don't usually go to the thrift shop, but I was, you know, I was just in the area, and I was like, you know what? I haven't been to a thrift shop besides Goodwill, and I know Goodwill is... Oh, the phantoms. Get out of here. Oh, this is sand. This isn't sandstone. They're gonna nibble on me, bro. Stop nibbling me. There we go. Burn in hell. I don't want to deal with you. You and your lies. And they don't even talk, they're just gonna go like... That's what I don't like about them. They're annoying. Annoying as heck, bro. But yeah, I go to the thrift shop, and, you know, it's exactly what you'd expect from a thrift shop. It's basically just like a bunch of goods from what I would assume are estate sales. Basically, like, the belongings of old people, and then, like, you know, a bunch of kids' clothes from, you know, kids. You know, you never really think about it until you have kids, but they just, like, you have to buy so many clothes. Because they go from, like, the size of... like a mega-sized burrito to like an actual fully grown human within like a few years. And you're just like, why don't these clothes fit anymore? I gotta buy new clothes. And I'd imagine, you know, it's a bit troublesome, you know, because they don't just make clothes out of, you know, this magic one-fits-all fabric that just stretches to every single person. Every single human in existence. Imagine if they, like, made that like a one-size-fits-all leotard that just stays on you for your entire lifetime. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool, I think. It could be green. Oh no, it could be pink, and everyone could be pink. Oh wait. Everyone could be green, and everyone could be iDubbbz jumping off of the counter and going, "I'm gay." That would be so awesome, bro. It would be. Or they could have two separate races of pink and green leotard people. Wait, no. What's a leotard? I think I'm misspeaking. No. It's what do we call it? Skin suit? A Zentai suit. Yeah, I get pink and green Zentai suits. And we could battle at Area 51, the Filthy Frank pink guy versus the iDubbbz army. And we could eat chicken tendies and browse r/dink memes. That would be so awesome. I'll bring the Reddit golds. Don't worry. It's kind of crazy, like how there's like, you know, Big Chungus, Reddit gold, and stuff, but there's like certain memes from the present that also just get like shoved in. Or it's like imagine it's like the Reddit club, right? And like there's a bouncer at the front that just lets no one in. Right? Like you can't party with Big Chungus. You're not from that time era. Get out of here. What do you think you're doing here? And all of a sudden some woman from like the south says Hawk Tula, and it's like, come on in. You're welcome here. Like why is Hawk Tula like a Reddit thing now? Why does that fit in with like Ugandan knuckles and Tide Pods? I guess it's just because it's like ironic. It's ironic humor. I'm trying to wrap my head around ironic humor. The premise is basically like it's so bad that it's like we're laughing at it. Like, haha, you can't actually like Big Chungus. And of course, like, you know, the stage after that is, oh jeez, I forget if it's post or meta irony. I think it's post irony, which is basically like, look at this person being ironic. Isn't that something to laugh at? Because they're, you know, being ironic. And that's kind of cringe. And then post irony is like, why are we doing this in the first place? I just don't know in that scenario. Is it like the enemy of my enemy is my friend? Like would meta irony and irony be friends? And the unironic and post-ironic also, you know, because they're like on the diagonals of the quadrant chart. God, my brain is overheating. Did I leave the oven on? No, okay, I didn't. Okay, so it's not me leaving the oven on. It's actually just my brain overheating from this thought experiment here. So is that how it is? Is it post-ironic? Is it meta-ironic? I don't... Oh, meta-irony. What is meta-irony? Let me Google it. Sorry, let me duck go. It's meta-irony. Welcome to Materi LA. I'm good, dude. Post-irony. Earnest and ironic intents become muddled. Return from irony to earnestness, similar to new sincerity. Okay, so there's only really like a few stages for it. It's sincere and ironic, and then when you return to ironic, when you return to sincere from ironic, it's called post-irony. You're in a post-ironic state, which is really just a sincere state. But the only difference is that you can also, laugh at the joke from a post-ironic sort of sense. Like, let's say a meme just comes out, everyone's, on the meme sincerely. So everyone can only laugh at the meme if they're being sincere about it. Whereas if you, laugh at a meme ironically because you think it's bad, and then you go back to being, sincere about it again, like you achieve that post-irony, now you can look back at the original memes and go, aha, this is so funny, because it's sincere, and I sort of like, Wait, are you necessarily laughing with the meme like a sincere person would, or would you be laughing with the meme? Well, I feel like at that point, like within the cycle, the meme does in fact evolve. Like I feel like you can view it through that original lens of sincerity, but you also view it through that lens of post-irony, and that gives you sort of, like the superpower. Right? Like, I can either enjoy this normally, or I can enjoy it sophisticatedly, with a new level of understanding. Like, I feel like Trollface has gone through that like a bajillion times. Holy shamoly, this keyboard is bright, dude. It is like it is radioactive green, and is just staring me down. But I don't really know how to turn it down. Heck, I don't even know if there's any options to, because it's like from 2016. That's almost 10 years ago. Which is crazy because this keyboard is freaking amazing. The keys, they do everything you would want a tactile keyboard to do. Now, I haven't felt any modern tactile keyboards, so perhaps, my taste is literally like a decade behind, but this is so buttery smooth, and I love it. Okay, yeah, no, but this is definitely hurting my eyes. The keyboard is literally actually just hurting my eyes, but it's fine. It'll keep me awake for longer, which is good, because that's what I plan on doing. I plan on staying awake for longer. I just kind of am realizing now how much longer this is taking, because I don't have a good level of efficiency on this, and I really am just, kind of wasting my time. But I get to commentate, so that's always fun. It's always fun, always very nice. My wife. Think about that scene from Bob's Burgers a lot, where he imagines himself, like how he's at this office, how he would be in an office job instead of flipping, or, starting Bob's Burgers. I never watched Bob's Burgers, I just saw the YouTube video of the one scene where he does his thing. You'd be surprised how often that happens with me. Like, especially in my youth, where I'd just, like, watch a clip and be like, oh man, I'm an expert at this subject. And I'd tell people that, and they'd be like, wow, you know a lot about that subject. And little did they know I was actually doing this thing called, I would watch a YouTube video and then just recite the facts from the YouTube video. And no one knew that, because they didn't bother to keep up with the times. I feel like that's how a lot of people are going to be with AI when they get AI implanted Neuralink in their brain. But let me get back. Damn it, where was I? Scene from Bob's Burgers where he goes, my wife, and he's like, no, I can't live this life. This is a life that's too comfortable. I can't possibly, I have to live life on the edge, constantly fighting for survival just to keep my burger business afloat. Because it's, the struggle, the hardship, the pain, it gives my life meaning. Right? And I understand that feeling, sure. Like, oh man, if I don't do anything tough, then eventually, and this is hard to understand because it's a feeling that really only comes with time. But there is a point in time where you simply just can't really feel happy anymore doing the same thing, and it sucks. It totally sucks, and I think it's just because you get used to it. and you know it no longer triggers the same happy response in your brain that it did at one point. Like it's just too constant, too frequent. It just happens too regularly, too often, and as such, you know, it really loses its thunder, and you know, you start to get, I believe the term is burnt out, and well, whenever that happens with like a hobby or something, you know, it's like, well, you know, how about you find a new hobby? When that happens with like your work, you know, after you've already spent a bunch of time building your career and, you know, trying to, you know, find something that's going to carry you for the rest of your life, burning out in your career, that's brutal. That sucks because it's like, well, okay, I feel miserable right now, and I'm gonna have to keep doing this for, you know, how many more years? 20 more years? If I'm lucky, if I don't have any, you know, good savings right now, if I don't have any retirement, I'm gonna be doing this probably the rest of my life. If I invest wisely, I might have, you know, a good 15 to 10 years, you know, at the end of my life where I'm able to, you know, live on retirement money. That is kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy how life has changed so drastically. I think, you know, the wealthy, unfortunately, you know, sees a lot of control from our lives. I don't think it's solely just the wealthy to blame. I just like pinning the blame on the wealthy because it's, you know, it's what everyone does. So it's like easy to do. People will be like, yeah, that's facts, but I feel like there's a lot of things that are just really, you know, screwing. Man, that is scary. That is some scary water. I don't want to go in there. If Minecraft water was like that, I would be. Let's just say I wouldn't be making infinite waters. I think those are desert sounds and not like the sounds of something splashing in the water trying to wait until I'm unsuspecting and then just grab my leg and drag me in while I'm screaming. Because I sure hope that doesn't happen. The moral of the story on the Bob's Burgers thing, do a workout every once in a while. Because it like takes the sucky feeling and it like puts it in like something that is A, regular, B, good for you, and C, will actually just make you, you know, mentally tougher individually. Now, of course, don't get yourself injured by, you know, doing anything too crazy. Okay, there is a little creature in there that will just drag me under. Who am I kidding? I'm just playing this up for dramatic effect. This ain't better than wolves. There ain't no death squids in the water. Although I kind of wish there were, to be honest. I think that's a really freaking cool mechanic that, you know, squids can do that. But I think also, you know, if I was actually playing the game, or trying to play the game, and the squids could do that, especially when I was a, you know, a wee little lad as a kid, I think I'd actually hate Minecraft. I think I actually would never play Minecraft, ever. Because, oh man, oh jeez, this is bringing back a huge memory. This is bringing back a huge memory of, like, the worst fear I had whenever I would fly a plane and it was dark out, or cloudy out. Basically, we'd be flying through the clouds, right? It would be light or dark, and it would be completely, you know, just like you couldn't see like past the end of the wing. You couldn't see past the middle of the wing. It was just clouds. Or maybe there was a little more visibility and that made it more terrifying. And I'd just look out, and you know me, like well, you don't know me, so I have to tell you, I have to provide context for this. As a kid, I didn't really have access to a whole lot of like rated M games or horror games. I was a Nintendo kiddie. I was also an iPad kid. I had an iPad. I spent a lot of time on my iPad, and I was exposed to things I really shouldn't have been. But I don't blame my parents for that. And I mean, to be honest, I think to survive in the digital world today, I think it was actually kind of necessary. But enough of my controversial hot takes. Essentially, I was a sweet summer child, and the scariest thing I had been exposed to was, well, I wasn't really looking at scary stuff on the internet, just more explicit content, to keep things short and brief. But, ooh, and I might need sponges. Biggest fear I had when I was a kid was essentially, I would look at that cloudy window, and I would think of just, like, what if, like, a blooper from Super Mario was, like, huge and frickin' just flew up to the window? And I don't know, like, grabbed the plane or something. I would just think about how scary it would be to frickin' see it, like, there, with one eye, like, looking at you, and the rest of, and, like, the part of its body, like, barely visible, but, like, out of frame. And just like this big eye just like looking at you. I mean, of course, like once you know how planes work, it's a bit ridiculous to think that, because you aren't stationary in the air. You're moving at like hold on. Light speed. Yeah. You're going like well, back then it was probably like 450 miles per hour. So that motherfucker would have to be schmoving. Sorry for cursing, jeez Louise. That mofo would have to be schmoving for real. That was majestic sunrise. That's a thumbnail photo. Fortunately, there's not really more interesting stuff. Hold on, let me just make it over here. There's gotta be a better angle to get everything. Surely. Okay, that should be it. That should be the one. I might use it for thumbnail, I might not. It's not a very good shot because Chung is like facing outwards and he's not even facing that. It's whatever. But I mean, we got a lot of sandstone. We didn't get any cobble though. However, we don't need cobble to finish the wall. We just need cobble for a sick, dark, twisted fantasy of, I don't even know, like, finishing the wall. Wait, no, crafting a bunch of dispensers. That's that fantasy. So unfortunate that Connie went crazy. That's all I have to say on that. Honestly, don't really know what more to talk about there. I mean, yeah, I feel like everyone's like, yeah, it just kind of sucks. Just kind of because the whole time for discourse, it's really past. I mean, it's just like now you bring it up, and it's just like, yeah. It's weird that was something that happened in the past and not right now. In the past, isn't that so interesting? How that happened in the past and not right now, and happened in the past, and actually didn't happen right now, but was in the past. It's like, yeah, isn't that crazy? Isn't that a little frickin' crazy? How that happened? Well, yeah, but it happened in the past, and isn't that crazy how it happened in the past? Gosh! Shut the flip fort, man. And so they're gonna insult people in 23. Oh, that's what it was. The alien slur. It's Ginzorp. That's from an Panda video. If you know him, He's what they call the creature in sleep deprived. But before that, believe it or not, he actually used to make YouTube videos. And by today's standards, I mean, it's how they were made in time period they were made, because I mean, they certainly are dated. Like, his most popular video is like his Ugandan Knuckles video, which I think is pretty hilarious. That he'll most likely forever be remembered for Ugandan Knuckles and funny cats. I find that very funny. I mean, he is on sleep deprived, but he's probably just gonna be remembered for Ugandan Knuckles and well, he has another video that he's famous for, but I don't think it's nearly gonna be as much. It's what is it, Big Brother something. Don't look that up. I just kind of remembered what it is. Don't look that up, please. Thank you. How are we doing? I'll tell you what we're doing. We're placing sandstone. Isn't this so wonderful? Isn't this what life's all about? Isn't this a dream come true? This a nightmare too? I would love placing sandstone. It is so worse. Actually, I shouldn't be doing a cover on that song. I saw a cover of this song posted in our memes channel on Discord, and it received a downvote. So Lord can only imagine what negative reactions I could possibly elicit if I performed the cover of that song. And a lot of people are saying it's like their favorite song, and they hate telling people what their favorite song is. Like, dude, it's not that good. Just get another favorite song. Just get another one. There's tons of music out there. I'm sure you would like way better than Oingo Boingo Little Girls. You just pick literally. Spotify is free. Just turn on Spotify, turn on Shuffle. Hell, you may even like the ads. You may even like the ads on Spotify. Actually, my favorite music isn't a music; it's an ad. It's the Burger King ad, the one where they go double junior triple. You know, I shouldn't say that out loud. I'm really sorry. I actually really want to apologize for that, because no person should have to really sit through that, and I just subjected you all, you know, unwillingly to this, to that reference, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know really how I can make it up to you. It's this guy. He's back. Welcome back. Okay, I don't know what to say that's funny, so I'm just gonna welcome him back. But you're not safe from being the subject of my wrath. You sneaky little sneaky snitch. There's a lot of blocks. I almost didn't think this through. No, I thought it through. It's what I want to do for the next few hours, totally. Honestly, I do like the look of this, and I'm glad that I'm doing it. But I will need to cover it with sand eventually. Honestly, the Minecraft music in-game feature, I'm going in a lot of clutch right now. I'm going in super clutch. Because I don't have to get music from other people, and I don't have to... I was gonna say I don't have to credit them, but that's kind of messed up. Well, it's more so I don't have to deal with copyright stuff, which is good. I mean, in case you're wondering who makes the music, Hey, just look in this top left once the music, what is it, the music ticker, starts playing. And, you should be able to find it pretty easily. Because it's literally right there. You can't miss it. Come on. Fill this whole thing. No shortcuts, buddy. No shortcuts until you assemble the whole thing and you're like, okay, this is too much. And I know this is going to waste a lot of sandstone in the long run. I do not... Why is the sandstone shiny? Why are you shiny? Real sandstone... I suppose it is, to some extent, but that is also just kind of... I don't know how to feel about that, man. To me, kind of absurd, but it's whatever. It's fine. To whatever, it's fine. If he enjoys it personally, I don't agree with it, but I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide for once. Yeah, I've also been waking up at 4. First time you do it, the rest of the day you feel like a zombie. And that's definitely how it felt the first day, so having to drive back through horrible traffic. Honestly, I'm gonna be real, it was probably, you know, something that could have gotten me, you know, a DUI. Not because I was actually, you know, under the influence of drugs, but because I'm pretty sure you can still get, like, a DUI if you're, like, too sleepy. Because it's like a... I mean, it literally does impair you, because you're, like, in this trance-like state, and you just can't react as fast to, you know, road stimuli. It is unfortunate. Because, you know, I really wish, you know, I could be on, like, 0 hours of sleep and just do everything perfectly all the time. But apparently, you know, liberal America doesn't want us to do that. It sucks. I hate it. Anyway, speaking of, I'm kind of thankful, you know, at least, you know, like, where I live now, the drivers aren't as bad. Drivers aren't as bad. Or aggressive. And I know that probably does, you know, narrow it down to only like a few places that I could possibly be from, but you never know my actual information. Dang, it is so dark. It's so dark, this looks like a skull, dude. Even if you saw this at night, I would scream. Personally. And I'm on the other side of this wall without any way to get in. Thank you, thank you. Sleeping. So that would have sucked. How much saturation this stew gives. If it's anything worth. I hope so. If it ain't worth, then, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a clever rhyme there. I got when my rap career is over. That's why they call me Bend Over? No, it's back. It's back. I got the rhymes. I'm seasoning chicken. I hit it with the times. It's not New York. That's the bar that's in parentheses. But it's not my first time dealing with chicken. I'm experienced with meat. I'll give you a licking. Wait, whoa. Sus lines? Sus lines? That's crazy. No, I meant like, I'm experienced with chicken. And I'm gonna, I'm gonna whip you into shape by kicking your butt. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. It's not a chew and dip. I think that would have been a wiser option if, my overall goal was to develop a crippling nicotine addiction, which affected me fundamentally as a person, possibly gave me oral cancer, like a few years from now. But I think in terms of, limiting my consumption of this stuff, I think I actually made the right call by getting something that I can't use legally on my property. It was very nice. It's funny. I think I actually have more leeway smoking cigarettes at work than I do uh, back at my place, which I think is very silly. But I mean, I don't make the rules, so it's whatever. Smoke cigarettes once becomes entire personality. I've never done anything like that before. And first off, if you're thinking this is like live streamed or something, no, that's just kind of how thoughts pop into my head. Because I've had pipe dreams about being a live streamer for a while, but that never happened. But I would just keep thinking it, and now that's actually just how I think. Chat, does this resonate with any of you? Are any of you getting this? It resonates with me. Okay. Yeah, let's run a quick poll here. Poll results are showing around 100 to 0. Dang. I guess this is pretty one-sided. You know why? Because it's literally just me. It's literally just me doing like a mock survey in my head. This isn't actually representative of reality. And I can't tell you how many times that, I think I'm helping myself by doing that, but I actually don't, because I'm just making, conjectural observations based off of fake data, that I make up in my mind that come to like false conclusions. Like, how do I think they'd respond? How do I think this would happen? The thing is, there's just so much in life that, like, you think is gonna happen, or you think it's gonna end up like this, especially like when you're younger. And then it gets to actually, happening or occurring, and you're just like, what the heck? That wasn't what I was expecting at all. I expected something completely different. It's just like, well, maybe you didn't know what was going on. Maybe you didn't know reality better than reality was. And, like in hindsight, of course, it's like, oh, duh, obviously. But, I mean, if this is the first time you hear this, this would be a wake-up call to you. Get out of your head. And, observe things around you. Be open-minded. Not to the point of foolishness or naivety, but to the point where you're able to be flexible and, expand your knowledge of the world around you rather than creating your own little world delusions. Let me take a quick break to get some drink. By drink, I mean water and coffee. And I'm splitting my recordings because I'm not a fool. I'm not gonna just record everything in one take and have it be corrupted or something and then regret it forever. And also, I've had enough experience with this. Well, I haven't actually had like I haven't actually had some get corrupted. It's just, I'm paranoid. Really freaking paranoid about something like that happening. So I'm trying just to not let it. I had thought of some really, really cool to talk about. Oh, yeah. Well, it's not really cool. It's just, relatable struggle for individuals looking for relatable content, aka you. Yes, you. Being 215, in terms of pounds, not kilograms. Imagine if I was 250 kilograms, that would be ridiculous. Yeah, the cool part about being 215 pounds is that you have a bit more sway in decisions. People respect you just a little bit more because it's like, okay, if we were to football tackle right now, you could have a solid chance of actually just breaking all the bones in my body, paralyzing me, and potentially, ending my life. Which, I, as such, respect you just in case, it comes to such a ritualistic duel and we have to, contend in such a manner. But the downside of being 215 pounds is that I can no longer fit in my 32 wasted jeans. Uh, I have to like suck in my stomach at the beginning of the morning because in the morning you sort of bulge out, you blob out, right? And then basically I have to spend like 5 minutes of my morning, like sucking in my stomach. So, and then of course you gotta zip up the jeans, right? You gotta zip up the jeans to eventually get enough of a grip on the button. And you gotta be able to like slot it in at just like the right angle. So you can eventually put the dang things on. And once you do, it feels like you're wearing a freaking corset. I feel like it's a little disrespectful to people that, actually wear corsets, but it's my version of your struggle, and it's so much worse, because I never had to deal with that before, and you should feel really bad for me. But over time, throughout the day, it does get better, thank goodness. Because if it was just like that the whole day, I think I'd actually have to, sadly invest in a new pair of jeans, which would be tragic because I don't want to invest in a new pair of jeans, and my pair of jeans is fine. Why do I need to invest more money just because I'm larger? But I mean, it's not a problem with my other pants. My other pants, they work just fine. It's because, they're spandex. They're spandex. Spandex is nice. It's really good. Holy moly, this keyboard is... It's screwing with my head, man. It's actually screwing with my head, and I'm so tired. I'm literally just so tired right now, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't follow through on my promise. I failed. But I'm gonna be completely honest with you. That was probably the most fun I've had recording an episode in a long time. I loved this. It wasn't me just trying to figure out what to do in like 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 20 minutes and just okay, I do barely anything. It was me actually doing fun stuff in Minecraft, even if it was just, digging and fortifying my wall. I enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed it as well, I doubt any of you are gonna make it to the end. Please like and subscribe to my channel because it really means a lot. Whenever I see like on my video, uh, my heart is absolutely delighted, and I get super overjoyed. But if you have severe reservations about the video, then I guess you could dislike as well. And that also gives me a bit of feedback to whip it into shape, But yeah, that's all I got for you. There's the big hole. I suppose I could jump in. After all, why not? I made this hole. Why can't I jump in?